Hello, everybody. Welcome to the review of round 19. Had some interesting results this week. Some great matchups, some good competition, and it's made it a very exciting last round next week, which is absolutely fantastic, which will be on a preview later in the week. This is just a review show today because I'm a bit crook. I'm not feeling great, and I need to take advantage of our global worldwide audience as we're going global today, all the way to LA. So we might as well get started and not leave our global audience waiting. All right, first game we're going to look at this week is Sugar Daddies, who are finishing on top, got a clear lead on top. Went down to the Gators Bitches, who moved themselves back into the 5. It's very close for points 4. A slip up next week and it's all over for Gators because they haven't got a great points 4 record. But they get the win this week. The scores were 426.5, up 53.9 points on their projections. Defeating Sugar Daddies 378, down 13.5 on their projections. In fairness, Sugar Daddies must have not looked at their team or whatever it is, because Ben Ainsworth was not picked in the team Thursday night and still made it to the starting lineup when the game started at 1:45 on Saturday. So he never actually changed that. He put Norton as a loophole player. Previous to that, he did have Will Day. But if it happened during the warm up, then you can change it. But it happened Thursday, so you need to look at your team. Don't do that in the finals, Sugar. On your way to your first ever finals win, you can't do that. Anyway, let's have a look at the standouts. That's all we're going to look at is just the standout performances. And both full forwards were a standout this week. Charlie Curnow got 54 points, up 36% on his average. Kicked 4 goals against the Roos. Had an alright good game, more accurate than he was last week. Jesse Hogan, who's just accurate every single week, kicked 4 goals against the Suns. He got 51 points. He was up 37%. Hogan was. Excuse me. And those two are actually 1 and 2 in the Coleman medal race. So it was a good full forward battle between Sugar Daddies and Gators Bitches on the weekend. Half forwards, Norton, we just said what Luke told, didn't have that great. Dylan Moore was pretty good, up 13% and got 40. So very happy with that. Both utilities got in the 90s. Bont's got 91.5. Once again, missed goals in front. Every week, your score's going worse, Bont, because you're not kicking goals. And Sarong got 97. He was up 13%. So Sarong, I think he got 36 or 40 touches or something. What did he get? Sarong got 36 touches. So had a very good game. They smashed Melbourne, they did, for the second time this year. Both rucks were serviceable. One was exceptional. Grundy got 32, down 8%, where Jerry got 27% up on his average score for the year and got 45 in the ruck. So he's been in great form all season. Holmes was a bit down in the midfield, and Newcomb was up 18%, so he was alright with 45. Whereas the other side, the other midfielders, Walsh got 48, down 13%, and Dale was down 5%, got 42. Both halfbacks were really good. Once again, one was a standout compared to the other. Wangley Malera got 52, up 6%, but Zorko got 71, up 39%. I think he had a total of like 24, 25 kicks or something, which really helps. And then the tacklers, Rao had his worst game as a tackler. I don't think he even got a tackle. He had one tackle. I've never seen Rao get one tackle before. And Connor Nash got 45. He was up 47% as a tackler and had a fantastic game in the wet. So let's have a look at the optimised lineup. It would have been 438.5 to 421. The changes would have been DeGoey and Wangley Malera into half forward. Dixon would have been the utility for Sugar Daddies because he kicked out 5 goals. Bont stays where he is. The rucks don't change. Sarong would have come into midfield, as would Dylan Moore. And then Walsh and Newcomb. Dale halfback with Zorko. And the tacklers would have been Connor Nash and Will Day. So let's move on to the next game. We'll go to the next game with a new second place person on the ladder. Gods of Olympus have taken over second spot on points for. They get the win over Rangers Anonymous, who remain ninth. The score was 377, up 0.3% for Gods of Olympus. Rangers Anonymous, 284.5, down 71.3. In fairness, there's a few people that were down. Neil got tagged. Chero didn't even get a tackle. Normally he tackles all right. So yeah, Rangers Anonymous just weren't that great. We put their best lineup in there on form, and it didn't work. Anyway, let's have a look at it. The full forwards and nothing to talk about. As a half forward, Gordon was pretty good, up 48. 48 as a half forward, up 1%, so he was excellent. Lockie Neal was tagged, and he had his worst game of the year. Tagged by Taylor Adams, I think. And Marshall got 99, up 11% as utility. He does it every week, so Marshall has been in great form this year. Riley O'Brien, the ruck, was awesome. He got 52, had 2 rucks up against him and dominated them, up 20%. So he had a really good game, and Big O got 32. The midfielders were alright, 53 for Hopper, up 10%, and McGluggage, 49, up 9%. McGluggage probably would have been a better half forward because he kicked a few goals. There we go, 49 points as a half forward. Jordan Clark, as a midfielder, got 47, down 2%, and Lockie Whitfield, as a utility, we got 117.5 and a midfield 70. So he got 63 as a follower, up 25%. Mitch Hinge, I've noticed, and I think Mick needs to look at it. Every single person in Adelaide has an injury thing against their name, and I know they weren't injured. I think Dawson got injured, and I think Butts got injured, and the other forward, the other backman done his ACL, Nick Murray, whatever it is, or whoever it was, got injured. But the rest of them weren't, but for some reason they've all got the injury tag against them. So Mick needs to fix it. Regardless, Dylan Moore was pretty, what's his name? Darcy Moore was okay. Started the game okay, but then faded a fair bit. He got 49 as a halfback, up 12%. Mitch Hinge was fantastic. He got 57 as a halfback, up 22%. And the tacklers weren't that great. Have a look at the optimised lineup. It would have been 356.5 to Rangers Anonymous and 462.5 to Gods of Olympus. Taylor Adams been the full forward, and as we said, Hugh McGluggage a half forward. Where Willie Rioli, 32 as a full forward. Golden Stays where he is. Whitfield in the utility with Hopper. The rucks don't change. Marshall would have been the midfielder with Hayden Young, and Cherry's a midfielder with Harley Reid. And the halfback, Sicily would have been the better halfback at 67, and tackler would have been Darcy, a bit different, and Liam Baker. So without that further ado, let's go to the next game. It's the match of the round. And it was Maltese Falcons, 4th on the ladder, on a 5 or 6 game winning streak at the moment, defeating Bombers Forever, who are 10th, 386.5. I've had a look at it. Bombers Forever have been in a lot of match of the rounds, a lot of close games, but they don't win them. So they're on the bottom with 5 wins for the season. And I reckon if I went back through it, they probably have a few games that could have gone either way. Either way, they didn't win. Got Maltese Falcons 394, down 7.1 points. Defeating Bombers Forever 386.5, up 23.5 points. Mackay, whatever his name is, he did go off for a little bit, get a HIA test, and I'll be surprised if Carlton don't cop a whack for that because he clearly was concussed and they done nothing about it. Whereas Hugo Hagen got 49, up 64%, and was really good. Had a great game against the Cats. Actually, his last couple of games have been really good for Hugo Hagen. This week in Sydney, it'll be interesting to see how he goes. Chad Warner, as the half forward, up 1%, got 42, and Horn Francis, 35, down 4%. The utilities were okay without being exceptional. Cripps got 82, down 5%. Butters was down 30%, 71.5. Part of the rant from Ken Hinkley, Butters was. Mickey had his worst game for the while. In terms of worst game, I meant hit-out wise, but all around the ground, he was actually fantastic and helped Hawks with a lot of clearances. He got 36. And Timmy English up against no rucks for Geelong got 46, up 28%. Tom Green, everyone loves his scores because his disposal win sheet is no good, yet it doesn't matter in our game. He got 62 as a midfielder, up 10%. And Sheasel almost matched him, up 9%, got 59 for Sheasel. So both midfielders were great there. Dacos was down because he played the Hawks. He can't play us. We're his bogey team. Libby was slightly down as well. May had a fantastic game, up 36% as a halfback and got 73 as a halfback. He did, probably because the ball was down there all the time. And Tom Stewart got back to his best as well with 62 as a halfback, up 21%. And the tacklers were okay. Crisp got 32 and Wines got 22. So let's have a look at the game of the round, or the optimised lineup. 438, oh, close one again. 438.5 the Maltese Falcons and 431.5 to Bombers Forever. A miss would have been the full forward, and Tracy the half forwards to the Freo front line. And then Hagen and Sheasel as the full forward and half forward. English would have been the utility, and Tom Green. Meekie in the ruck with Jordan Sweet. And then Wine for Port Adelaide. Port Adelaide Dogs, look at it. 3 dogs and 3 Port Adelaide. Wines and Butters. And then Crisp and Dacos. And then May is the halfback with Stewart, Don't Change, and Cripps and Liberatore.
I love Paris in the springtime. I love Paris in the fall. I love Paris in the winter when it drizzles. I love Paris in the summer when it sizzles. I love Paris every morning.
Welcome back. Let's go to the next game now. It's Punters Paddock third, losing to Top Guns who are 8th. Too busy sending us pictures of dance clubs in Dallas or wherever he is. I know, just stalking and being an old man, creepy guy at the back to worry about his team. And he got 317, down 14.4. And Top Guns 327, down 28.6, but defeating Punters Paddock in that one. Forwards weren't that great. Papley got injured, so how long would he be out for? Dangerfield got 25 as a half forward, and Heaney got 13. He's one of his worst games as a half forward. Connor Rosie got 89, up 18%. He did come off injured at one stage, but still, he got a pretty good score of 89. And Lair got 81, up 1% as a utility. Did not get injured, so Mick needs to remove that. King as the ruck, because Punters Paddock has no ruck at the moment, only got 4. And Ned Moyle, up 20%, got 40. He's been a great understudy for Witts, so maybe they need to move on Witts. Sinclair is a midfielder, up 24%, got 65, had a great game. And Trelaw, up 6%, got 56 as a follower. So both midfielders for Punters Paddock had a fantastic game. The only people that really performed in the team. Over here, Anderson had probably his best game away from home, because if you've seen from what I understand, he's the 3rd best ranked player in the game at home and one of the worst away. Anyway, he got 56, up 1%. McKercher, 37, down 3%. Ryan had his worst game for a while, down 21%, got 49. And Newman got 40. And the tacklers was Dawson, 27. Did come off injured at the end of the game. Didn't play the last game and won't play this week. And Keys, 44, up 139% as a tackler. But utility would have got 118.5, half forward would have got 64, full forward would have got 57. Keys had a fantastic game. So let's have a quick look at the optimised lineup. It would have been Top Gun still with the win over Punters Paddock. King would have been the full forward with Haywood. And Houston's the half forward with Dawson. Trelaw would have been the utility with Keys. Rosie and Moyle as the rucks. And Sinclair and Anderson as the midfielders. And Richards and Drew. And Wiedering, Guthrie, and Danger and Laird as the tacklers. Let's go to the last game to review. The last game we are reviewing is Renegades 6th, defeating Second Destroy 7th. This was a genuine 8-pointer game, although 4 points were only on the line. Renegades 355.5, defeated Second Destroy 330. With this one, Second Destroy dropped down to 7th now because their points for isn't that great, and Renegades stay one game out of the finals. And if they beat Maltese Falcons next week, we'll get in the finals if Gators Bitches loses. So let's have a look at it. Full forward, Langford had a good game. He got 41, up 31%, where Island did all right with 20. Tom Green got 25 and Danaher 45. So Danaher had a good game, up 4%. Utilities, Merritt was great. Got 93.5, up 9% for Merritt. He was loopholed. And Big Nank got injured and didn't play, I think, the last quarter. Darcy as a ruck, well, he played no one really. Up 37, got 15%, and Darcy Cameron up 22%, got 42 in the ruck. So both rucks were great. Dunkley was down on his performance, only got 30, as was Nick Martin, 35. On the other side, Fisher was down, but Brayshaw made up for that completely. He got 71 as a midfielder, up 39%. I think he got 40-something possessions. So Brayshaw had a fantastic game. Blake is the halfback, 60, up 10%. Blakey was good, and Ridley got 52, down 10%. And the tacklers were serviceable for Renegades. Caldwell got 34. He did come off injured, done his ribs. But see if he goes this week. And still 29, down 31%, but he was playing in a bruise-free game against the Eagles. So let's have a look at the optimised lineup. It would have been full forward, would have been Chol. 397 to 447, second destroy would have won. Lukosius would have been the full forward Chol. Langford and Danaher the half forwards. Merritt and Still the utilities, and the rucks don't change. Warple would come in the move with Brayshaw. Flanders, unfortunately, the loophole got to him because he did have a loophole and had Parfitt there, but then Geelong, as usual, swing a late change and had to swap that because and play Zach Fisher in as the follower position. Originally, he did have Flanders there though, so that made that. Honestly, what was that? That would have 50 points difference. Second Australia would have won the game easily. Unlucky. Barras as a halfback with Blakey and Hewitt and Caldwell as the tacklers. So let's have a look at the ladders. All right, first of all, we'll look at the team of the round. It's 54.5. Kerno would have been the full forward with Keys as the half forward, Whitfield the utility, and O'Brien as the ruck. Brayshaw and Flanders as the midfielders, and May as the halfback, and Darcy as the tackler. Interesting. So it would have been 2 Gods, 1 Gator, 1 Top Gun, 1 Ranger, and 2 Second Destroyer, and 1 Maltese Falcons. So the ladder now, Sugar Daddies, as I said, remains on top even with that loss. But the change in second has happened. Gods Olympus has gone to second over Punter's Paddock. Maltese Falcons, I think, stay fourth, and Gators Pitchers move up to fifth, with Renegades a game behind and Second Destroy as well in seventh. Top Guns with their win go to 32 points. So next week makes an interesting game because it's all on the line. That's why we'll be doing a special review. So that's all for the review today. Sorry, wasn't myself. I'm a bit crook, not feeling great. But have a great day and see you all later.